Well, he's really done it. First of all, the first half of spring, he's done a really nice job at safety. But we look at the safety position, and we have a lot of depth at the safety position. So then the question comes, well, you have this guy who's had a really good spring, is he going to get on the field for you? And the answer to that is, he's going to have a tough time getting ahead of the guys that are ahead of him. So what we've tried to do here this week was the week we started moving some people around to try to see if there's other places we could put him to try to get him on the field. So that's what we've tried to do with him this week.
Who else have done that with?
Well, there's a whole bunch of guys that we've moved around. I mean, like the linebackers have moved inside and out depending on who they were. I mean, we've moved a couple of, we moved a defensive guy over to offense. We moved for example, Paskorz, we moved over to fullback this week. I don't know if you guys had noticed that or not, but he went from 50 to 30, and he wasn't playing linebacker, he was playing fullback. Today we took Gallup and moved him from a wide receiver to a running back. I mean, we're trying to find guys like that who aren't really in the too deep right now. So if they're not in the too deep, we're trying to find, is there somewhere else that they've already previously played that could get them on the field faster. So that's what we've tried to do.
Well, you talked about hockey a little bit to start off. They were bad 2 or 3 years ago, and turned it around quickly. Kind of an inspiration when you look at how quickly a team can turn around after what you guys went through last year.
Well, first of all, I think that they have a very, very good coach. I think he's a good coach. I think he's at the top of his profession. And I think that what he's been able to do is he's been able to not only recruit good players, which he's done, but create a mindset in there where they can get through tough times and still have the mental discipline to fight through it. Like this year, we started off red hot, and then we went into the kind of one of those, those lulls in the action. But here he is peaking at tournament time, and you've got to give a lot of credit to the coaches and the players of that team. And it's an obvious example for any other team here, football included, that this is what can happen in a short amount of time.
You had mentioned you were pretty impressed with Gary Gray so far. I talked to him the other day, and he said, one of the best pieces of advice you told him was to get his head out of his mouth. Has he grown up?
I said that?
He said that with regard to maybe growing up a little bit. He thought he needed to grow up. I mean, have you seen a maturity in him?
I'd say he's turned in, and this is in the building, he's turned in the building from one of those people you didn't know whether or not he was going to make it here to you like being around. And I think that's part of what you just described. I think when he first got here, he had those faraway eyes, where it was every day, it was every day was, is he ready to pack it up, pack it up and head on back to Columbia? But that gradually changed. And he started coming out of his shell and talking and, cracking a joke here and there, and next thing you know, he's like one of the fellas now.
Anything else here?